Hello everybody, welcome back to me with another brand new video, and I'm back here again to talk through what is the Culling Game in Jujutsu Kaisen and its real intention and the mastermind of the Culling Game. As Yuta and Yuji settle their fallout post Shibuya, Jujutsu Kaisen introduced reader to a new concept, the Culling Game. It was the next big thing that the brain Kenjaku has planned in order to achieve his goal. As Megumi rightly described it, the Culling Game is a Jujutsu terrorism on a never seen before scale. The game revolves around sorcerers facing off each other to earn points and survive. If a player kills their opponent, they earn points. However, this is not a simple tournament where players face each other in 1 versus 1 match. Rather, a bunch of players will be confined in a colony and will kill each other. Terrorism indeed. It seems only the awakened sorcerers are compulsorily required to take part in the Culling Games for its rule. If they don't take part in the Culling Game, they will lose their curse technique and in turn their lives. Like every game has their own rules and regulations, this Culling Game has also. So if you want to know about the rules of the Culling Game, so please let me know in the comments. I'll make it for you guys. Shuregeto hinted at this idea of awakened sorcerers fighting each other in chapter 136 while explaining his plan to Yuki Sumuko. Meaning the Culling Game was not a random thing that Kenjaku came up with. On the contrary, he seems to have put a lot of thought into it, and it's supposed to serve a very specific purpose. But before progressing to the content, if you are still watching and enjoying it, know this, I love you all and appreciate you guys. So without any further delay, let's jump to the content. So here comes the questions. What is Culling Game? As we mentioned before, the Culling Game involves sorcerer and non-sorcerer, known as players, taking part and killing each other to gain points and survive. A set of 8 rules govern the game, and the Shikigami Kogane will serve as an intermediary to the administrator. There are 10 colonies across Japan where the game will take place. Barriers surround their colonies and connect them to each other. Other than Hokkaido, the colonies at the various places form a line through the entirety of Japan. Once someone enters any of these colonies willingly, they are considered as a player participating in the Culling Game. However, civilians will get a chance to get out of the colonies before the game begins. There are specific points for killing shamans and non-shamans, but all players have to make sure their score increases in 19 days. The Game Master, which is like the game program, oversees the game and the points. This fact means that neither is Kenjaku the Game Master nor killing him stop the game. The Culling Game will end and only all players are dead or all players refuse participation and die. The Culling Game gives a deathmatch sort of vibe, a classic tournament arc from a shonen series. However, it is more sinister. It also exists to serve a different and higher purpose rather than just being a slugfest. To understand the purpose of the Culling Game, one needs to know what Kenjaku's goals are. Brain or Kenjaku has been aiming for a human evolution for as long as he can remember. Kenjaku has always thought humans would achieve something unique. He wanted to unearth his real potential, but despite this effort, the limitation of a human body held him back. When Kenjaku announced the Culling Game, we assumed that he wanted to employ the survival of the fittest methodology, with the specific great curse and curse horse running rampant in the game. There will be only the option of do or die. In order to master the use of a curse energy, human will have to evolve. This move will create a world where only the strongest and ones who can evolve could survive. However, that was not the case. Kenjaku's plan of evolving human relied heavily on the Tengen, or rather merging with the Tengen. Since the merging with the star plasma vessel was stopped, Tengen has ascended to the higher state. It is not possible for him to anyone other than just the star plasma vessel, and whoever merges with him transforms into something greater than just a shaman. And this raises another question. Why merge with Tengen when you can use idol transfiguration? Since Kenjaku had the power of idol transfiguration, why did he not use it for the adjust with the human brains? It turns out, it was not just other bodily capacity but his own, as well as that limits him. As Tengen explained, Kenjaku lacks the curse energy to evolve the whole of the humanity using idol transfiguration and Tengen's barrier, and it is very insufficient to trigger the evolution of a single human at a time with the curse technique. That's how Kenjaku came to his current plan, but it still doesn't explain how Culling Game is related to merging the humans with Tengen. And after having the knowledge till now, we should know the real intention behind the Culling Game. The Culling Game is essentially a precursor to the merger. The game will use the cursed energy of a players participating in the game and the boundaries behind the barrier, which probably means the line connecting the colonies, in a ritual to pass humans over to the other side. The Culling Game and the ritual of the passing humans to the other side are probably two different things. We can speculate that since Kenjaku lacks cursed energy to evolve humanity, he wants to overcome that weakness. For this, he will use the cursed energy gathered in the colonies by players fighting each other to carry out the evolution. Kenjaku has probably made a binding vow with the Culling Game to let him do so. In process, he became a third party to the game itself. The rules of a players willingly joining the game is quite possibly another one of the Kenjaku's binding vow. Perhaps by showing their willingness, the players contestant to the Kenjaku using the cursed energy they expend in fight. Their merger might seem to be a humongous phenomenon, but as Tengen said, a curse fell on everyone in Japan to prepare for a merger. The entire ritual of Culling Game will end in the 2 months worth of time. Kenjaku is obsessed with finding out the possibility that could lie in the human potential. But will evolution give him what he seeks? Or his eyes are set on something we can't see yet? Is it just evolution Kenjaku really wants? Evolution and the real intention are the one thing, but Culling Game just might not be the what we see on the surface. Even if Kenjaku does succeed in making human curse over the other side, there is a huge downside in this move. Since Tengen's merger with the Star Plasma vessel failed, their self became the world itself. Just like Tengen, whose body does not restrict consciousness, the person merging will become a new being, both there and not there. In fact, only because Tengen possesses barrier technique can they maintain in a physical form of their main body. So when humans merge with the Tengen, there will also be no boundaries between individual and evil will spread instantly. As Tengen himself explained, if 1% out of all evolved humans races out of control, the world will end. A repeat of Tokyo's destruction would happen to the whole world because the impurity of 100 million people will spread. Why would Kenjaku want such a situation? If in the future after evolution occurs evil does spread, what will Kenjaku gain? This fragile state of evolution result might be what Kenjaku seeks. In chapter 136, he told Yuki Sumiko that possibility beyond his potential lies in chaos. He wants to create chaos even he cannot control it. But what will Kenjaku gain from it? If the evolved shamans kills each other in the chaos, what is the point of such evolution? So, what is his true objective for the evolution? This uncertainty makes us question the legitimacy of the Culling Games. Kenjaku has a history of deceiving people to distract people from his actual objective, be it Shibuya or the Hanami's attack at a school event. So is the Culling Game also just another distraction? If it is indeed so, Kenjaku has chosen quite a vile approach of destruction to achieve his goal. Do you think that Culling Game is what it seems to on the surface or it's more? At any rate, we certainly need more clarity on the Culling Game, so what do you think? Please let me know in the comment section down below, which will for sure help me in the future uploads. So that is it for this video. If you like our anime reviews and theories videos and you want us to keep it going, just leave a like and comments. It only takes a second, but it actually does help a lot with the YouTube algorithm. But of course, if you are new to this channel and haven't subscribed yet, make this a video that is subscribe and hit that notification bell to turn on all notifications to never miss an upload. We just upload every day and we love to have you in our conversation. If there are any specific topic you are burning up to see, let me know in the comments, and while you wait for me to make that video, feel free to check out my growing playlist. Once again, thank you so much, and until next time, peace.